Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm just getting my rope ready. I got some practice coming up this week and I just want to have it ready so I don't have to do it there. I just need to put a little extra rosin on it. What I'm using is this Wicked Grip rosin. I'm almost out, as you can see. Just need to apply a little bit more and work what I got in on the rope already into the rope a little more. So we're just going to do that today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. The things you need, I keep just a spare knife for scooping the rosin out after you heat it up, and then just a torch. A little one will work because you got to heat it up to get it out. So I'm going to do that. First I'm going to heat up what's on my rope, work it in, and then find any bare spots I need to work into. So we'll go ahead and do that. And, move y'all over here. So what I'm going to start with is just heating up. You can see where it is on the rope, kind of. Maybe the sun might be blocking it, the shadows, but right now I got it from here down to about here, and I do want to work it down a little bit more just to give myself some leeway. But go ahead and heat this up. You can see I got a couple stiff spots, so I'm going to heat it up, break that down, get it more worked into the loose braid. So and I just, people say you shouldn't use the torch on your rope. I've never had a problem with it. I just make sure to not keep it on a spot too long. But otherwise I've never had a problem with it, so take that how you will. It's a little cold out here today, so gonna take a little extra heating, but we'll get work through it. You can see that's not as stiff anymore. It's starting to loosen up, get worked in there. Got another stiff spot right here, you see. So I'm gonna work that one. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to keep working that. Come back to y'all whenever I get this first set done, and then whenever we're going to add some more. Alright guys, so I got what I had on there pretty well worked in. Not a bunch of stiff spots anymore. There's a couple, but going to let it cool down a bit, get back to full hard, and then scrape off some excess. Now I'm going to work on adding a little more. I want to add about to here. This is where my current one stops, and I'll bring it back down to about here. Used to have some down there, but just never really worked it back in. So gonna get some more back in there. First, gonna take my brush, make sure it's cleaned out. And the brush I use, I think I probably got it from Tractor Supply or something. Wrap tape around it because Dale Brisby said to. And if you don't, you ain't no cowboy. But no, for really, I saw it in one of his videos. It helps keep it from poking out through your bag and stuff. So I did it, and works pretty well. You can still use the bristles and stuff. Just put some new tape on now and then. So now we're going to take and heat this up. And then the way I do it is I heat it up, and then I'll scoop it with my knife and just put it directly on my glove. And then I'll usually probably, especially with it being this cold outside, is I'll reheat it in my glove and then start putting it on the rope. And then once it's like set into the rope, I'll start heating it on the rope. I don't like to scoop it directly on the rope and then have to sit there and melt it all down. So go ahead and get some melted. Small torch kind of sucks with this, just because it runs out of oxygen in there, so the flame goes out a lot. But nothing you can't work with. And it gets real liquidy. I tried just dumping it straight on my glove, but it kind of runs off. So I let it thicken up just a little bit. And it'll be kind of like a thick syrup or jelly or something. And you just kind of scoop it. It doesn't take too long to thicken back up, and you don't have a lot of working time with it, so you do got to kind of hurry. Just get a scoop right there, get it on the glove. I usually try to get whatever I can out of it before it fully hardens, so I don't have to heat it all up again. And I'm sure, according to somebody, I'm doing it wrong, and they'll let me know, but this is what works for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. If you have a better way, let me know. But this way ain't too hard. So now I got it on my glove here, so we're gonna take and heat it back up in here until it gets starting to melt. Gets a little warm sometimes, but not too bad. And you see it starting to run. So now we're gonna take it right here. That's where we want it. So we're gonna just rub some down. And I won't get this up to this level today, just because do it in layers, kind of, I guess. Just slowly work some in. Probably once a week I'll hit it up, or after every event or practice or something, I'll just hit some more on it, and eventually it'll build up into it. But yeah, you can see that I got that little bit right there. So gonna have to get a little more. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and once I get this all about as much as I want on here, I'll come back and show y'all what it looks like. Alright guys, so got that on there. It took me, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. You can kind of see how the light is, I'm not sure, but from about here to about here is where the old rosin was, and then I brought it down to about here. You can kind of see the different color. And then it's not perfect yet. Just got to let it cool down all the way so I can break it up a little and try to melt it back into there, break it up some more. So it's kind of a process, but not that bad. I still take it to practice just like this, and it'll work itself in. Reason I extended it, this from here to where I had it was the exact amount that I needed to wrap around my hand, so I didn't have any leeway. And sometimes I suck at sizing a bowl, so whenever I get to wrap my hand, I'm either just barely out of the rosin this way or this way. So I just wanted to give myself a little extra room to play with, so it didn't matter as much. Looked at the handle, don't need to get any more on that. I just try to make sure these gaps are pretty full. It's a little harder to get it worked in with mine because I have full leather, tight leather strapping across. So I just kind of make sure these upper gaps are full, and I just got to layer on the leather. So when I get it hot, it's sticky. Yeah, but that's it. Gonna let this cool down a little bit. Probably about now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the brush, and that'll just help break off any of the chunks of rosin. You can also just take a knife and scrape it off, but I like to hit it with a brush just to get all the dust and everything off. So. So that's that, and then just gonna, over the next week or so, keep working this in and melting it down. Yeah, we're getting stickier now. One thing I like to do, I need to get some more on it, but I'll take in my glove. I always make sure I got some rosin right here that I could heat up when I get on. Again, the reason for that is whenever I close my hand, my rope's a little bigger than I want, so I gotta get a new one. But for now it works. So after I close my hand won't close all the way. It'll go to about there, so I can't go all the way just because of my tail size. So I just like to take and heat that up, and then I can stick it to my finger right here so it'll keep my thumb closed, help hold my hand down. But yeah, that's that. And then another good reason to put it on your glove before you put it on your rope is then it also helps keep your glove rosined, so you ain't got to worry about separately rosining that. And I got a nice thick layer on there, so I don't know, I see some guys that have clean gloves and I never understood why. Just make everything sticky and everything will stick, unless you're getting scared of hung up, I guess. But yeah, that's all for today. Just gonna keep working on it, but it's just the same thing I already showed you. So appreciate y'all. Have a good day.